right, hey, welcome. We're going to do a little bit of a shoulder and neck routine. You need a stretchy band for this one and it'll be short. But I feel like this is all just what we need right now, okay? So you're going to start in a nice strong Tadasana with the feet parallel and underneath your hips, and then take your stretchy band and wrap it around your waist, and then crisscross at the front and give a little bit of pressure into your belly. And before we can do anything with our neck and our shoulders, we have to be strong and stable. So we'll find our stability through our torso, okay, through your core. So you'll just take a natural breath in and a natural breath out. And at the end of your exhale, see if you can engage into the tension on the strap. So there's an outward pressure through your sides. You know, breathe as you need to, okay? But I'm going to describe this. Outward pressure through your sides, your lower back, and to the front of the strap evenly. So there's no, excessive pressure out, but you can feel it into the sides of your waist and into your lower back. The strap is wrapping above the top rim of the pelvis. If you're still maintaining that pressure, let it go. And we want to try to find that pressurization of your torso throughout your in-breath and your out-breath, okay? So we'll take a natural in-breath and a natural out-breath, and then pressure out on the strap and see if you can maintain the pressure as you breathe in, and maintain the pressure as you breathe out. Maintain the pressure as you breathe in again. Gets a little stronger. You can feel the pressure a little more and try to keep it as you breathe out. And then let that go. Relax the strap. So ideally we keep this outward pressure. We stabilize our torso just like a tire needs to be pressurized in order to be strong and stable and be able to support the weight of your bike, the weight of you, the weight of your car. So now that we've found this torso stability, you'll just do your best to find that throughout the exercises. If it's hard for you and awkward, cumbersome, that's normal. It can be a really different way to think about the core, but I also think it's really important and keeps us safe as we do these other movements, okay? It helps create more spinal stability and all that good stuff. Okay, so you're back in your nice Tadasana. We'll use the stretchy band. This is just a great way to warm up quick and check in with some shoulder strength and stabilizers, okay? So let's see, Tadasana, these are unlocked, course on, collarbones rolled up, shoulder blades are a little bit together across your upper back, and then making the strap pretty short. So from here, there's already some tension with the arms just straight out in front of you. Try to stabilize your elbows and pull the arms out to the side, and then slow motion control the arms coming back to center. If that's too easy, you pull your stretchy band so that it's shorter, there's more tension, and we're just going in and out and just trying to control the in just as much as the out and keeping your elbows stable. Like, there's a lot more specific ways to do this work with a little bit of a spacer between your elbow and your side body, but we're just trying to do some kind of quick movements when you have 10 minutes or so to check in with your body, okay? And then one will be better at this than the other, so keep one arm forward, and now just go with one arm, just so that we can create some awareness. If it's sliding out of your hands, you can, double wrap the strap. Ooh, I made mine short. So just seeing if you can find that stability, like you're squeezing the back armpit. Good. And then switch to your second side. And again, one side this will be more natural. Stabilize your core. Outward pressure in through your kind of oval shape of your torso. And this is all done by the diaphragm. It's so cool that the diaphragm can help us keep a little downward pressure, pelvic floor below, and then all the side deep abs, back muscles in the back. Okay, one more. Good. And then do a little wiggle. And then from here, we'll take the strap out in front of us and then just pull out and then back forward. And think about initiating this movement from your shoulder blades squeezing together and not from your rib cage pushing forward into the strap. So your rib cage just stays balanced right over your pelvis. And we're pulling out and back. And then I know I wanted to make my strap a little shorter to then be able to go at a diagonal and back, and controlling the way back in just as much as the way out. And then switch the diagonal. How's your torso doing? Keeping the bottom of your rib cage looking straight down at your pelvis, right? Have you flared open through the front body? Keep the front ribs down so that your diaphragm is parallel to your pelvic diaphragm. You could think about it like that. Good. Okay. And then from here, you'll sink your heart back between your shoulder blades as you're reaching your arms up. And then keep your elbows firm as you take the strap back and down. I should have said this sooner, but all these movements are staying pain-free, okay? It's okay if they're hard, if they're challenging, but we want to stay out of pain. So maybe you only come this far back and then come back forward. That's fine, okay? You don't have to go all the way back behind you. You can also make the strap much looser. You could do this letting the hands slide out if you needed less tension. And one arm will be a little bit more confident in doing this movement than the other. So try to go slow so that you can do that more balanced. Okay, very nice. From here, you'll step on one end of the strap with your right foot. And then come to a little bit of a lunge forward. And then just shorten the strap and just pull up. Extend the breastbone forward, front ribs into the body. Pull up and stretch back. And now just straighten the elbow. And then straight elbow, lift it up to the ceiling a couple times. Really firm the back armpit. Draw the shoulder blade onto the back body. Good. And rest. I know, I told you we were going to go fast, okay? But you don't have to nail all of them. You can come back to this video as much as you'd like. Hips as much as you can square towards the top of your mat, hinging a little bit forward for that angle. And then shorten the strap. And like you're rowing. Front ribs into the body, shoulder blade onto the back. Good. And then you can extend the arms straight. And then a couple pulses up, shoulder blade onto the back body, breastbone moving forward, squeeze the back armpit. Good. Okay, and then we'll release that. Okay, so now just like think about your upper back here. Set the strap off to the side and draw your shoulder blades just together. They don't have to go down your back. Don't worry about that. But let them draw together. And then see if you can kind of get a feeling sense of that in your body and come back to this position all throughout your day whenever you think about it. Right? Whenever you're transitioning or writing a new email or whatever, can you just draw your shoulder blades together so that we create this width, this spaciousness in the front armpit chest where all the nerves flow through and down to the arms. We want this to feel open. And, you know, I think if we get into this posture, we lose these muscles at the upper back can be broad, but just atrophy weak. So sometimes I think you have to over exaggerate a little bit of tension, a little bit of engagement back there to come back to normal. And then those muscles are what help hold your head on tall, right? So they find a little engagement and then you can keep your head back on over your shoulders. Okay, so from here, that's your little pep talk. We're gonna shrug the shoulders. You can lift them up, squeeze them together and down. And then I'm going sideways to keep me more honest so that hopefully my rib cage isn't becoming part of the movement and it's just the shoulder blades. And the shoulder blades, right, this mobility work is so important for strength, stability, and now switch the circular direction. Okay, so the more we can move with the strength and awareness, stabilizing kind of joint by joint, then the more happy we can be, I think, better we can feel in our bodies. Good. Okay, so we did all that kind of warmth, and now these muscles are a little bit more awake to hopefully help us support us as we take these shoulder movements. So now we're isolating the shoulder capsule itself, and I'll start with the left arm, coming up, palm is face up to the ceiling, and you just see how much can you cross the midline of your body, and then firm the tricep. And then notice, did your breastbone look to the right? Or can you keep your chest looking straight forward and just take your arm across your body? Now firm your elbow and graze your cheek as you reach your left arm high. And just see how high you can go. Stop before there's pain, okay? All of this, there's no pain. And then create a strength and stability from your front ribs to your front hip point. This stays stable. And then you go to internal rotation. You're turning your palm forward and then out towards the left. And now staying pain-free, you see how high can you keep your arm? Go slow and out. And the arm's coming back behind you. And each movement, you're simultaneously trying to find a rotation of your palm facing more and more up to the ceiling. And then rest your arm by your side for a moment. Gather your shoulder blade onto your back. And then without moving your shoulder blade, how high can you lift your palm back up to the ceiling behind you? So the palm's looking up to the ceiling for now. And then we go to our clearest external rotation with the hand out and back behind. So you're wrapping the palm out and up towards the ceiling. Now really firm the elbow. Keep the arm reaching back and up, making this slow big arc, circle, range of motion as you come overhead. And then go across the body and back down. Okay, so if that was hard, you're to your right, okay? We want lots of core stability. Knees are not locked. Strength and stability here. And then we're moving through quicksand. We're making this harder instead of easier so that you're using all your strength, all your stabilizers to come back up. This is external rotation, arm overhead, which is flexion. Turn the palm forward and out to the left. Internal rotation. Do it from your shoulder joint. And take the arm out. Slow, slow, slow. Firm your elbow. Engage the tricep. Hand comes back behind you. And for you, if this is a painful region, you're cutting a slice out of that and coming by your side, okay? And then lift your hand as high as you can, pain-free. Externally rotate and slow motion, reaching up and back and overhead and across your body and down. Good. Strengthen your core. Take the right arm across the body. Firm your elbow and reach up. Firm your tricep. Go as you to your highest point. Notice if you compensated with the rib cage and do less of that. And then internally rotate. Spin the arm so that the palm faces forward and then out to the right. And then keep fighting for that internal rotation. So maybe you pause halfway. Can you turn your arm internally rotated any more as you take it back behind you? And now with your palm facing up to the ceiling, use your shoulder blade onto your back. You can rest for a moment with your hand by your side. And then re-lift up. I have my left hand here for guidance because my rib cage loves to help. But we're trying to isolate the shoulder joint. Externally rotate your right arm. Slow motion through quicksand. This is where I really try to skip over. So can you go slow on your way back up? And all that slow motion pays off, okay? Tricep firm across the body. Good. And down. And then we'll go one more time on this side. Find your clearest external rotation as you take your arm overhead. Stabilize your rib cage. Deep abs turned on. Internally rotate and take the arm out and back behind you. Palm facing up to your ceiling, up to the ceiling behind you. And then rest for a moment. And then re-extend and lift the arm. Externally rotate. And reach to come all the way back up. Good. And across your body. And down. Oh, very nice. What do we want to do next? The neck. Okay, so the neck is just like lovely and precious. So be gentle. Stay out of pain. Less is more, okay? The neck can really overreact to stuff, so maybe you just keep this kind of gentle and then just come back to it. Do this 2 or 3 times a day versus like brutally once, okay? Or just like sprinkle it in throughout your days, throughout your weeks, okay? Throughout the week. Collarbones wide, rib cage on top of the pelvis, and we'll just do a little side tip. And maybe the left fingertips reach away as your right ear dips. And then chin towards the chest and through center to the left. Notice, did your right shoulder hike up? Can the right hand reach down as your side bending left? And then careful going behind you and to the right. And we'll go one more round. Pause where you need it. Good. And then rest. And then we take the opposite direction, side bend left. Reach with the right fingertips. Tuck your chin in as you round forward, chin to chest, and to the right, and back, and around. And we'll do one more time in this rotation. Very nice. Okay, let's do a passive chest opener next. So use what's available in your house. If you know a great chest opener over yoga blocks, feel free to take that. I'm going to show over a cotton blanket. So you could use a quilt, blanket, or a towel rolled up, like a big beach towel. And then I'm making a roll so that it makes a small bolster. And then you want this support under your shoulder blades. So when you're doing a chest opener, it's important to have the support under your shoulder blades, not lower under your low ribs. And then as you take your head to the floor, if your chin lifts way up, put a second pillow towel block under your head in order to keep the front of the throat soft, right? So from here, you know, I'm feeling pretty okay. It might feel even better, more relaxing to have my chin dropping more. So you can play with it. And also sometimes after you hold the chest opener for a minute or two, you find that you don't need this prop. Oh, this feels so good. I've been running around with my kids all morning. So this is just such a great way to have some self-care, is to actually just be fully here now, and know that these restorative positions are just as helpful and important. This is a part of the work too. So it's good to do some strengthening and reset, and then we're also allowing some length and spaciousness to come to the front chest muscles that might have gotten short or tight, and that pull the arm bones forward and create that rounded position, rounding forward. And by resting here and really pausing and working with your breathing, you work with your nervous system of dropping into being right here, right now, in the present moment, of breathing in and breathing out. And as your nervous system starts to kind of calm and rest right here into your body, it can trust these positions, this opening, and give you a little more room in your own body, right? Give you more access to your range of motion, your flexibility. If you're constantly fighting against your nervous system, you're feeling stressed out and still working on it, it's not going to go so far as if you can get into your calm side of your nervous system. And the chest opener should be pain-free, right? You can have your arms lower than shoulder height if you need to. You just have to do what's appropriate for you. Staying right here in your body, staying right here with your breathing cycles. and then very slowly come out. Support your head with your knees bent. You roll to your side. Oh, I could stay like that for a lot longer. Feel free to stay like that if you have the time. And we'll just close out this practice with a downward facing dog. So yeah, just a nice way to check in and see how your shoulders feel now in this classic yoga pose, okay? So from your hands and knees, feel free to have some padding under your knees. Do just a couple scapula push-ups, drawing your shoulder blades together, and then lifting them wide. Together and wide. And then keep them wide. Let the breastbone move forward. Unlock your elbows. Push out on your hands to engage your back armpit chest, your rotator cuff and tricep that we just used the stretchy band to really light up and find. And then from here, go slow. Lift your knees an inch or two. Engage your core out into the sides to your lower back so you feel strong. And then really try to push the floor away. Push the floor, but you end up lifting your pelvis. Push the floor, lift the pelvis, keep the knees bent, lift the pelvis, push the floor down. Now push the floor out towards the top of your mat and lift your hips up. Lift your breastbone towards your pelvis and try to get really high. And re-strengthen your shoulder blades onto your side ribs. Reach your shoulder blades to your hands. And then you can start to add the legs to any amount, letting the heels release down and the thigh bones to lift up into the sockets. And then if you feel comfortable here, stay in green. There's a few different options. If your shoulders still feel kind of tight, your hands could turn out a little bit, might help you. If you're real bendy, keep your breastbone lifting into your body. And then keep your breathing up to your pelvis. Keep your breath moving. Refirm your side chest. Reach your hands into the floor. And try to lift your pelvis and get more and more weight into your feet. Make this more and more about your legs. Okay, and then rest. Rest in child's pose if you'd like. And then take your time to sit up. All right, thanks so much for joining me for this little quick session, and I hope your neck and shoulders feel good from this little bit of upper back strengthening that we've just found. All right, take care. Namaste.